guys, Mrs. Ezzy here, and I am going to show you how to make a piece of pizza from a slab of clay. Now, a slab of clay just means that it is a flat piece of rolled out clay, and we usually like to keep it about the thickness of your pinky. You don't want it too thick because it will explode in the kiln. I'm going to just use some plastic utensils and show you how to do it with the things I have at home. But you will have extra tools in the classroom to use. Now don't worry about smoothing this out because we're going to be adding texture and all of those cool pizza toppings and things that you practiced the week before. But the first thing is that we need to make a triangle for a pizza slice for our fractions. So you can just use your knife, and you want to go close to the edges because this is already rolled out and slab for you so that you don't waste the clay. You want as big of a triangle as you possibly can get. And you don't want to work this part of the clay too much because we want to just leave this kind of flat. All right, so there's our triangle. You have all of this excess clay to create your toppings, but before we do that, let's make our crust. And you can make your crust by just pinching the back of it up a little bit. And now we have a nice crust. Before you add all of your details on the front, you're going to flip your pizza over, and you can carve your name, or if you get assigned a number, into the back of your pizza. So I'm just going to put it as you might have to do this at the end again too if you press too hard on it, but it should be okay. So there we go. Now I can start creating my toppings. So depending on how you wanted it to look, maybe you wanted to add some texture like cheese. You can use things like your fork. Okay. And then you can start sculpting your little pieces. Now this is already nice at a pretty good thickness. So I'm just going to show you some simple ones real quick. We'll just start with pepperoni because I just want to show you how to attach the piece so that it stays. That's the big thing, is the attachment. So I wanted to make a little pepperoni. Remember, you want to keep it at least like close to the thickness of your pinky. Not too thick, not too thin, because both of you don't want it to break. All right, so I sculpted a little tiny piece of pepperoni. I'm going to, what we call, make some score marks. So those are just some lines that helps the clay attach. And since I already made this cheese, I already have lines on the pizza. So, and then you're going to get 1 finger of water, not a lot, 1 finger, rub it on there, and then you're going to kind of jiggle it, wiggle it back and forth where you want it on the pizza. And now it is attached. And if you wanted to add more texture to that, you can add more texture on the top. Now to make it look more like pepperoni to add those details. Okay, so that's the big thing. You're going to add all of your tiny toppings and things like that, but every time, remember, you want to give it little tiny scratch marks that are called score marks, 1 finger of water, and then kind of wiggle, jiggle it. Make sure that when you're touching it, it doesn't come off. And that's a big thing. Okay, so complete your piece of pizza, and then I will tell you what we're going to do for cleanup.